Welcome to Trump Wire, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. In late 2025, a direct rail corridor now links China's industrial heartlands with Iran's energy-rich landscape, forging a physical and economic bridge between East and West that was once only a vision. This ambitious project, years in the making, is the result of intense cooperation, engineering innovation, and a shared desire to reshape the global trade map. By connecting vast industrial zones in China directly to Iran's vital resources, the corridor is forging a new artery for Eurasian trade, opening up fresh opportunities for commerce and collaboration across the continent. This isn't just a train route. It's a bold move by China and Iran to bypass Western-dominated trade pathways and U.S. pressure. It's a statement of independence, signaling their intent to chart their own course in the global economy. The corridor offers China a secure energy supply, reducing its reliance on vulnerable maritime routes, and ensuring a steady flow of oil and goods. For Iran, it provides a vital export channel, especially for oil, sidestepping maritime choke points and sanctions that have long restricted its economic potential. This rail link is a lifeline, allowing Iranian exports to reach new markets with greater ease and efficiency. This development marks a significant shift in global trade, challenging decades of U.S. police sea routes and introducing a powerful alternative to traditional shipping lanes. It also signals a new era of strategic partnerships as countries along the route look to benefit from increased connectivity and shared prosperity. In this chapter, we'll explore how this route operates, the motivations behind its creation, and its far-reaching impact on global oil markets and geopolitics. We'll also examine the technological advancements and logistical challenges that made this corridor possible. The China-Iran rail corridor is more than just infrastructure. It's a symbol of a changing world order, where new alliances and trade routes are redrawing the map of global influence. It stands as tangible progress for China's Belt and Road Initiative, bringing together nations and economies in a shared vision for the future. As oil and goods flow along this Iron Silk Road, the effects will ripple across the globe, influencing markets, supply chains, and diplomatic relationships in ways we are only beginning to understand. This new corridor is set to reshape trade, energy security, and international relations for years to come. The journey begins in Xi'an, China's ancient Silk Road city, where centuries ago, traders set out with silk, spices, and precious goods bound for distant lands. Today, Xi'an stands as a vibrant metropolis, blending its rich history with cutting-edge infrastructure and global ambition. Now, it's a modern logistics hub, bustling with activity as containers are loaded and trains are prepared for their long journey westward. The city's transformation into a key node in global trade is nothing short of remarkable. Freight trains loaded with Chinese goods travel west, crossing Kazakhstan's upgraded railways, key to the corridor's efficiency. These vast, open steps and state-of-the-art tracks allow for smooth, uninterrupted movement of goods across thousands of kilometers. New border crossings, like Ayago's Tacheng, streamline the route, making Kazakhstan an indispensable land bridge to the Middle East. These modern checkpoints reduce delays and ensure that cargo moves swiftly between nations. The trains then enter Turkmenistan, whose strategic location and recent agreements with Iran ensure seamless transit. Here, the railway weaves through arid landscapes, connecting Central Asia to the Persian Gulf and beyond. Finally, the corridor reaches Iran's Afrin dry port near Tehran, a vital gateway where goods are distributed across the region and oil is loaded for the return trip to China. This hub is a testament to Iran's growing role in Eurasian trade. The entire journey takes about 15 days, half the time of the traditional sea route. This dramatic reduction in transit time is revolutionizing how goods move between Asia and the Middle East. This land bridge avoids maritime risks and accelerates trade, making it a game-changer for both nations. By bypassing congested sea lanes and unpredictable shipping conditions, the Iron Silk Road offers reliability and speed. The cooperation of Central Asian states is the glue holding this ambitious project together. Their shared vision and collaboration are turning the Iron Silk Road into a vital artery of commerce, connecting continents and shaping the future of global trade. China's main motivation is energy security. Its economy depends on oil imports, most of which travel through US-controlled sea lanes. Rising tensions in the South China Sea and around Taiwan have made Beijing wary of naval blockades. The new rail corridor offers a strategic alternative, bypassing maritime choke points and reducing China's vulnerability. For Iran, years of US sanctions have crippled its economy and restricted oil exports. The rail link provides a direct, reliable channel to China, allowing trade outside Western financial oversight. This partnership elevates Iran's regional importance and helps it diversify its foreign policy. By developing this land route, Iran secures its economic future and becomes a central player in China's Belt and Road Initiative. Both nations gain resilience and leverage in a world of shifting alliances and economic pressure. Oil is the lifeblood of the China-Iran corridor, and China's imports of Iranian crude have surged despite US sanctions. Traditionally, this trade relied on covert maritime routes, risking seizure and detection. The rail corridor changes the game, enabling direct overland oil transfers that are harder to monitor or disrupt. While rail transport is costlier than sea, the strategic benefits, resilience and security, are immense. This route institutionalizes the oil trade, moving it from shadowy tanker operations to formal infrastructure. By operating outside the US dollar system, China and Iran weaken the impact of American sanctions and set a precedent for other sanctioned states. The corridor ensures a steady oil supply to China, regardless of turmoil in the Persian Gulf. It's a model of how infrastructure can outmaneuver economic and political obstacles. Tensions in the Middle East escalated in 2025, with US strikes on Iranian nuclear sites and Iran threatening to close the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway is vital. 1/5 of the world's oil passes through it, so any closure would disrupt global energy supplies. Oil prices spiked, highlighting the world's vulnerability to regional conflict. The US urged China to use its influence to keep the strait open, revealing the paradox of rivalry and interdependence. China called for restraint, criticizing US actions and underscoring its stake in regional stability. The crisis showed why the new rail corridor matters. It gives China a secure energy route, independent of maritime choke points. The Iron Silk Road is now a strategic insurance policy for both Beijing and Tehran. The US sees the China-Iran rail corridor as a direct challenge to its global influence and sanctions regime. For decades, American power relied on controlling sea routes and using sanctions to pressure adversaries. The new corridor undermines both, creating a sanctions-resistant trade route Washington can't easily disrupt. The deepening China-Iran partnership signals a shift in the global balance as alternative systems emerge. The US response has included diplomatic pressure and support for rival trade corridors, like the India-Middle East-Europe project. The battle for influence is now fought through infrastructure and connectivity, not just military might. The corridor also complicates US military strategy, as Iran gains an overland escape from maritime pressure. For Washington, this railway is a new front in the great power competition of the 21st century. Central Asia's landlocked nations, Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan, are now pivotal players in Eurasian trade. By hosting the corridor, they turn geographic disadvantage into strategic opportunity, earning revenue and attracting investment. Kazakhstan, with its modern rail network, is the main gateway, balancing ties with China, Russia, and the West. Turkmenistan, once isolated, is pivoting toward regional integration, leveraging new agreements with Iran. This connectivity gives Central Asian states more autonomy, letting them pursue multi-vector foreign policies. They must balance Chinese investment, Russian interests, and Western overtures, a delicate act in a contested region. Even countries like Tajikistan seek access to Iran's ports, expanding their options beyond traditional partners. Central Asia's leaders are navigating a new great game, maximizing benefits while safeguarding sovereignty. The China-Iran rail corridor is a key piece of China's Belt and Road Initiative, a vast network reshaping global trade. By building overland routes, China challenges the centuries-old maritime order and creates redundancy in its supply chains. The BRI includes multiple corridors, like the China-Pakistan and Middle Corridor, each adding resilience to China's trade. Rival projects, such as the India-Middle East-Europe corridor, reflect a global battle of infrastructure and influence. Success depends on political stability, financing, and logistics, but China's deep pockets and political will give it an edge. The corridor faces challenges, including the need to upgrade Iran's infrastructure for increased trade. The world is witnessing a fundamental rewiring of commerce, moving toward a multipolar, multimodal network of competing routes. These corridors will define the economic landscape for decades to come. The China-Iran rail corridor is more than a logistical feat. It's a symbol of shifting alliances and ambitions in the 21st century. This ambitious project connects two ancient civilizations, forging a new artery for commerce and cooperation across continents. It marks the dawn of a new era in global trade and geopolitics, where infrastructure becomes a tool for influence and nations seek new partners to secure their futures. For China, the corridor offers energy security and a direct link to vital resources. For Iran, it provides an economic lifeline, opening doors to new markets and investment, and challenging the dominance of the Western-led order. Overland routes like this reduce reliance on volatile maritime choke points, such as the Strait of Hormuz or the Suez Canal, which have long been flashpoints for global tension. By diversifying transport corridors, these nations buffer global energy markets from regional shocks, making supply chains more resilient and less vulnerable to disruption. The corridor is a focal point in the intensifying US-China rivalry, where the contest for global leadership is fought with infrastructure, investment, and influence, not just military power. Railways, ports, and pipelines are now the battlegrounds of the future, shaping the destinies of nations and the balance of power. Central Asian nations, once overlooked, now hold newfound importance as crossroads of commerce and diplomacy, leveraging their geography for greater prosperity. They are balancing global interests, attracting investment, and pursuing their own visions of growth and stability. The evolution of these corridors will shape not only regional cooperation and economic development, but also the emergence of new spheres of influence and alliances. As new connections are forged, the world witnesses the rise of alternative power centers and the reimagining of global order. The China-Iran corridor is a test case, an experiment in connectivity, resilience, and ambition. Its success could inspire similar projects integrating Asia, the Middle East, and Europe, and setting a precedent for future cooperation. The maps of trade and power are being redrawn before our eyes, as nations invest in bold new visions for the future. In this era of transformation, it is those bold enough to build new paths who will shape the world to come.